everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, no cream sauce on my eye.
Good afternoon. We're going to start with a reading, and we'll have not too long, but a few minutes of some reading, some psalms, some words from me and from family members, and we'll use this time to honor the memory of Alex, which is why I know that we're all here today. When we have suffered a great loss, the fabric of our lives is torn. What was once a whole and beautiful fabric now has a hole in it, and our response to loss is highly individual. Some of us may feel terrible pain, some may feel numb, some may feel a certain relief at the end of a painful time. Some may feel guilt or may feel a lump in the throat at words unsaid. Some may find it impossible to cry, and others will find it impossible to stop crying. Our tradition makes room for all expressions of grief. Our sages teach us that there is no wrong way to grieve, and they taught us to be gentle with the grieving. Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel taught that there are 3 ways to mourn. The first is to cry, the second is to grow silent, and the third is to transform sorrow into song. So whether you are crying or silent or transforming your sorrow into song, know that whatever you are feeling is exactly right. My name is Rabbi Leah Sternberg. I'm one of the rabbis at Congregation B'nai Jeshurun in Short Hills, and I'm honored to be here with you as we memorialize the life of Alex Waterman. Life partner of Jennifer, father of Samantha and stepfather of Madison, son of William and Karen, stepson of Itzik, loving brother of Lena, Naomi, and Eitan, grandson of Harvey, nephew of Amy and nephew of David, cousin of Jesse and uncle of Max and Ezra, and he was also predeceased by his grandmother Judith and grandparents Nancy and Jay. We remember Alex and join our hearts together to give comfort and strength to his family. Mourning is a time of many emotions, and we recite psalms and prayers and share words of memory, linking his life with the millennial-old tradition of the people of Israel and the eternity of God. We'll continue with the traditional words of Psalm 23. Adonai is my shepherd, I shall not want. God makes me lie down in green pastures, leads me beside still waters, and restores my soul. You lead me in right paths for the sake of your name. Even when I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You have set a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You have anointed my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of God forever. Today, as we gather to commemorate the life of Alex, partner, father, son, brother, nephew, uncle, grandson, and dear friend, he has closed his eyes in eternal sleep and crossed the incomprehensible barrier which separates the living from the dead. Where love abides, the approach of death is always untimely, especially when life ends too early. To his loved ones, even as you try to understand the realities of our complex existence, this moment of Alex's passing, nevertheless, marks a sense of loneliness that only death can bring. And the need for comfort, for a caring community, is of the utmost importance to those loved ones who are left. We've just passed, at your time of mourning, the period of Shloshim, the 30-day period of mourning after death. It is said that in these 30 days, we're meant to ease mourners back into the routine of normalcy, that we're meant to celebrate his life at the end of this period, doing exactly what we're here doing today. And as we move forward with some sense of assurance that you have a protected space in the community, in this world, that you're surrounded by those that will continue to lift you up and care for you. And as you navigate the path through the valley of the shadow of death, which feels barren and complicated, the challenge is adjusting to a new normal, when we have lost someone who has made such a lasting imprint on the hearts and souls of all he touched. I didn't know Alex, but I had the opportunity to hear a bit about him, stories from those who loved and knew him most. And that is what we are indeed left with, the obligation to pay honor through telling his story, through recalling his unique character, his heart of gold, his humility, his deep commitment to his family and loved ones. In this way, we begin healing ourselves, while of course fulfilling the duty of making his memory a blessing. You all shared that when he walked into a room, he brought light and joy, and love and laughter, that his entering presence resembles that of a celebrity, that of the Beatles. It was all of a sudden just a good time. He loved a good joke and he wanted to make everyone else happy, lovingly teasing those he was closest to, and nothing was better than those moments of joy. He said he was the consummate picture of cool, with a great sense of style and a taste for music and cooking. He had the ability to love without compromise, regardless of what life handed to him. And this love radiated throughout his family and friends, but for no one more than his beautiful daughter Samantha and stepdaughter Madison. From what you all shared, there was no job he loved more than being a father. He was a protector and a caretaker, and resembled that of a hovering Jewish mother, always being there for his daughters, even in days that he was struggling. And I know that you girls will continue to live his memory each and every day. As we remember Alex's life with love, lend comfort and compassion to one another, we pray that we find a way to walk forward, and that God will guide Alex's journey to one of peace. Zikronali Vercha, may his memory be a blessing. And I'd like to now invite up Naomi to share some words.
Hi everyone. First of all, I want to thank everybody for literally risking everything for coming out here today. The family really appreciates all the friends and family who showed up. And thank you for your wonderful words, Rabbi. My mom told me a story about my brother Alex when he was about 8 years old. Sorry, I was hoping this wouldn't happen. My mother told him that Grandma Judy wanted Alex to come and stay with her. Alex panicked and said, "So many people want me, I don't have the time." And that's what the rest of his life was like. He was loved by an impossible number of people. He was stunningly handsome and attracted, the admiration of men and women. Yet somehow he remained humble. Like you mentioned, he had the aura of a down-to-earth celebrity posing for a picture with our grandma. He looks like he's doing a fan a favor, and lovingly so. You can see in photos when Alex was growing up, he was the one who was always smiling, and I was not. Not even for the cameras. What I could never understand was how he had so much joy and no complaints. Sometimes, to be honest, his smile was at my expense. Alex loved to tease me for looking like a ragamuffin, which I still do, to the point where I would lose it, while he remained calm, which made me go even more insane. But Alex was also a legendary big brother to me and Aton. He taught us swear words from A to Z, threw us in the snow, scammed us out of gifts, but also wanted to protect and support us. He made it his mission to warn me about men. He wrote to me on my birthday, my first year of college, "Please be careful. Girls especially have to be careful. I'm sure you understand why. Straight up, all men are pigs who take advantage of women. Just be smart, don't hang out with scumbags, and make sure you're always with your friends." And he was right. Alex's word was the word of God. When Alex told our cousin Jessie It doesn't matter which guitar you get. All of them sound the same, bro. Jesse stopped harassing his parents for a brand name guitar. When he told Lena to stop stressing out over a final project in college, he focused and finished it that day. Or maybe had a plan. He was a master of imitation. He joked that my mother was a pain to watch TV with because she would yell, Jew, Jew, half Jew, married a Jew, Jew. And then he would say, God bless you. One of the best stories was when he gave my father a ride. My dad chain smoked all the way to the airport in Alex's new car, only to realize when they got there, my father forgot his passport. The way Alex executed my father's breakdown moved the family to tears of laughter every time he told the story. My introduction to comedy was through Alex. If you didn't know him, you could easily be fooled by his size and demeanor, thinking he's a brutish bully. One of my friends jokingly called him your brother Thor. But Alex would often remind you how gentle of a giant he was by telling you he loved you and supported what you were doing. That was before Sammy. After Sammy was born, he could no longer hide his giant heart inside of his body. The way he doted on Samantha put Jewish mothers to shame. And Sammy was attached to him like a koala on a branch, whether he was reading bedtime stories to her, swimming with her, or cooking for her. All he wanted to do was be with her. Alex was, and still is, the coolest person in the world to me. He was surrounded by friends, avoided conflict, spoke few words, but made everyone he spoke worth it. He had little patience for frivolous things and spoke with clarity about what was important. Most of my life had been dedicated to looking cool in Alex's eyes. Recently, he said what I was doing was awesome. And then I thought, when he said that, okay, I can quit comedy now. When he passed, my mother's phone rang morning, noon, and night with his friends, ex-girlfriends, college friends, high school friends, friends he met through friends, calling to tell her how much he will be missed. It's not easy to capture his whole life, but the sheer number of people he was loved by tells part of the story. He's not gone because we have a small part of him in each and every one of us. We have memories and stories to share, and we have Sammy, who has his beautiful face, his giant heart, and he disagrees, and his smile brimming with joy. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
We'll continue with our traditional prayer of morning, Amalei Rachamim, and I invite you to rise if you're able and comfortable. Amalei Rachamim, Shochein Bamromim, Hamitzei Menucha Nechona, Tachat Kantei Hashkina, Im Kedoshim Utehurim, Kizochar Harakia Mazhirim, Et Nishmat Israel Ruvain, Shahalach Olamo, Ba'al Harachanim, Yistarehu, Bitur Kanfav Olamim, Bitur HaChayim, Et Nishmato, Adonai Hu Nachalto, V'yanuach B'Shalom, Al Nishkavo, V'nomar, Amen. Fully compassionate God on high, to our loved one who has entered eternity, grant him clear and certain rest with you in the lofty heights of the sacred and pure, whose brightness shines like the very glow of heaven. Source of mercy, forever enfold him in the embrace of your wings. Secure his soul in eternity. Adonai, he is yours. May he rest in peace. Amen. And we now come to the words of the mourner's Kaddish, a prayer not for the dead, but to honor the life that lived. If you know the words, I invite you to join with me, but if you don't, or if you're not comfortable with the words, feel free to join in Amen at the end, and that suffices. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, Ve'alma divrach hirute v'amlich malchute. V'chayechon u'vyomechon u'chaye dekol Beit Yisrael. V'agala u'bizman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach le'olam u'olmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudasha barichu. Ve'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran ve'elma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom v'imromav Huya say shalom. Aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May his memory be a blessing now and for always. Be seated, and that concludes our service. Just add just one more note that it really is. It's beautiful to Naomi. Your words were beautiful, and to see so many here. I know, as I said before, I didn't know Alex, but just from the little bit of time that I've spent with your family and everybody that I've met and seen here, he truly is so loved.